Hey Rev City family, today I want us to look at the passage of when the Israelites had just crossed the Jordan River. God made a way where there seemed to be no way and dried up the river for the Israelites to cross. When the whole nation had finished crossing the Jordan, the Lord said to Joshua, "Choose 12 men from among the people, one from each tribe, and tell them to take up 12 stones from the middle of the Jordan, from right where the priests are standing, and carry them over with you and put them down at the place where you stay tonight. Each of you is to take up a stone on his shoulder, according to the number of tribes of the Israelites, to serve as a sign among you. In the future, when your children ask you, 'What do these stones mean?' tell them that the flow of the Jordan was cut off before the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord. When it crossed the Jordan, the waters of the Jordan were cut off. These stones are to be a memorial to the people of Israel forever." Sometimes before we keep taking the next step in the purposes and plans of God for our lives, it is important for not only us, but it's important to God that we set aside quiet moments to build your own memorials in praise or prayer for how you've seen God's hand and power come through in your life. Taking time for moments of gratitude for the mountains you've seen God move in your life, the things He's provided when you were running scarce, or how His goodness has always passed before you, is not only a key to a healthy lifestyle of worship, but they will also serve as stepping stones in seasons when you feel like you're in a spiritually dry season, growing weary, or it's hard to praise God. And if that's you today, then be encouraged, because Joshua not only had stones built in the camp, but as you read on in verse 9, it says, Joshua set up 12 stones that had been in the middle of the Jordan, at the spot where the priests who had carried the Ark of the Covenant had stood. Now, why would Joshua put stones in the middle of the Jordan for the water to rush downstream and hide that set of stones? I think it is because Joshua understood something about not only how rivers operate, but how life can operate. Because you would only be able to see those stones when the tide is low. And when the tide is low and the river is dry, the people would be able to look back and see the stones, which tell the story of God's love and never-ending promises. And the same is true for you. Sometimes it can be hard to take the next step in life because of disappointment, defeat, or discouragement. But in those seasons, take time to think of how you've seen God come through in your life before, and allow those past times to be stepping stones for you to walk out on in faith. Allow the stones that tell the story of God's faithfulness to carry you through seasons where you are spiritually dry. Allow those to be the stepping stones that will get you to the next miracle, the next breakthrough, the next testimony. Let your memories of God's faithfulness be stepping stones that serve as monuments that are reminders of God's work in your life and how He has always cared for you.